Hello, and welcome to our fifth lesson or mini session on YouTube for Old Testament Survey for New Life Theological Seminary. I have a couple of things that I'm going to cover, and it'll probably take me maybe 2 videos to do this. So the first thing that I want to go over with you is your book review that I'm going to have you do, or your book summary. Now the instructions / grading rubric and a sample book summary is available for you on Populi. If you go to lesson 5 and then look at the files, which are to the right, you'll see the 2 documents there. One document will be the sample paper that I've written on Hosea, and the other one will be your grading rubric. Now, I've given you several books that you can choose from, and I purposely selected these. They're a wide variety of books in the Old Testament, but I know that you will be able to easily find information or sufficient information on all of these books in order to write this assignment. So the books that I've given you to select from are Exodus, Numbers, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Zechariah, and Ecclesiastes. So we have everything from narrative to prophetic to wisdom literature that you can choose from. If you choose one of those books, there is no need to contact me. If you just have a burning urge within you to write on another book, as long as it's not Hosea, because I've already done Hosea, you will need to contact me and get my permission. But as long as you choose from the list that I just read to you, the list that you have available on Populi, you can choose any of those books. You just choose one book to write on, and that's the list that you can choose from. But if there's another book from the Old Testament that you are just very passionate about, then contact me through email and get my written permission in order to do that book. So using appropriate references, which are going to be academic commentaries, your book, your textbook, your Hill and Walton textbook, ATLA religious database articles, which you all have access to through our school, you're going to write a 3-paged double-spaced paper using Times Roman numeral font of 12, and this has to be in proper Turabian format. I do want you to use footnotes, but you do not have to include a bibliography, but do have correct footnotes. The paper is going to have to include the following. You need to write a brief, and I do mean, remember this is 3 double-spaced pages, a brief introduction. You're going to need to address the content of the book, the theological message or significance of the book, and then a conclusion. And I've done all of that for you in the sample paper, and you can easily see how I've set that up. In the paper, I'm going to grade it on 3 different levels. The first is going to be format, and that means being in proper Turabian format. This is 20% of your grade on this paper, and that's going to include grammar, which is your spelling, your sentence structure, your punctuation, your use of words and language in keeping with that of an undergrad university context. Now your format, proper Turabian format, that's 20 points, and then your grammar is going to be worth 20 points. So 40% of the grade of your paper is going to come from both grammar and Turabian, and then 60% of your paper will be graded on content. A logical flow of thought. Does the introduction include a statement of direction for the paper and introduce the subject with precision and clarity? Does the content cover the important points of the book being considered? And are the theological highlights of the book correctly presented? And then in a clear, in the conclusion, you need to give a clear and precise statement summing up the book. And then 10 points, does the student employ appropriate research in his or her paper? That's basically it. This is very, in some ways, writing a 3-page paper is more challenging than writing a 10-page paper, because everything that you say in a 3-page paper has to count. So remember, precision and brevity are your friends. Say it well, make every word count. Do not spend your 3 pages on words that are not necessary. And I think from grading the EOOs, you guys have already caught on to the fact I really do read your work, and I read it carefully. And I may be sweet like a panda bear, but when it comes to grading, I'm a little bit of a grizzly bear. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to stop there because I don't want to get the paper instructions confused with what I'm about to do, which is going to be much more fun for me. So I'll see you right back in a minute.